Welcome to our channel, folks. Today we're diving deep into a topic that hits home for a lot of people: gaslighting. You see, gaslighting is a sneaky form of manipulation that some people use to get control over others. It's like a slow poison that eats away at your self-worth and makes you doubt everything you think and feel. In this video, we're going to shine a light on 12 common phrases that gaslighters use to gain power and control in relationships. By recognizing these red flags, you can start to protect yourself from their toxic tactics and rebuild your sense of self-worth. Remember, knowledge is power, and understanding the enemy is the first step to defeating it. This phrase right here, this is a classic gaslighting tactic. It's designed to immediately throw you off balance. When someone says, "You're making this up," they're directly challenging your version of events, your memories, your experiences. They're trying to make you think that what you know to be true is actually a figment of your imagination. Think about it. How would you feel if someone told you that something you experienced, something you know happened, didn't actually happen? It makes you start questioning yourself. You start wondering, maybe they're right. Maybe I am misremembering. That seed of doubt is what the gaslighter wants to plant. See, gaslighters thrive on making you doubt your own sanity. They want you to feel confused, disoriented, unsure of yourself. The more they can undermine your confidence in your own perceptions, the easier it is for them to control the narrative. But here's the thing: your experiences are valid. Hold on to that truth. Here's another phrase gaslighters love to throw around: "You're too sensitive." It's a way to invalidate your feelings, to make you feel like you're overreacting or being unreasonable. They'll say things like, "Come on, it was just a joke. Don't be so sensitive." Or, "Why are you getting so worked up? You're blowing things out of proportion." But here's the thing: your feelings are your own. They are valid, regardless of what anyone else says. Don't let anyone diminish your emotions or tell you how you should be feeling. If something hurts you, it hurts you, period. Gaslighters use this too sensitive tactic to avoid taking responsibility for their actions. They want to shift the blame onto you, making you feel like the problem, not their behavior. They want you to feel like you're the one who needs to change, to be less sensitive, so they can continue their manipulative ways without any pushback. Don't buy into it. Don't let them silence your voice or invalidate your emotions. Remember, it's okay to be sensitive. It means you have a big heart, and that's nothing to be ashamed of. This one's a real doozy. When a gaslighter tells you it's all in your head, they're basically trying to convince you that you're imagining things, that you're crazy, that you can't trust your own perceptions. They want you to doubt your own sanity. They might say things like you're being paranoid or you're always making a big deal out of nothing. They'll try to make you feel like you're the one with the problem, that you're overthinking things, or that you're just plain crazy. This tactic is particularly insidious because it can make you start to question your own grip on reality. You start to wonder, maybe they're right. Maybe I'm going crazy, and that, my friends, is exactly what the gaslighter wants. But here's the truth: you're not crazy. Your experiences are real. Gaslighting is a form of psychological manipulation, and it's designed to make you feel insecure and doubt yourself. This one is a classic example of gaslighting in action. The gaslighter will flat out deny something they said or did, even if you remember it clearly. They might even try to convince you that you're the one who's misremembering. They'll look you straight in the eye and say, "I never said that," even though you know deep down that they did. It's enough to make you question your own memory and sanity. This tactic is all about sowing seeds of doubt. The gaslighter wants you to question your own recollection of events, to make you feel like you can't even trust your own memory. This type of manipulation can be incredibly disorienting. You start to wonder, am I going crazy? Did I really imagine that? And that's exactly where the gaslighter wants you. But here's the thing: your memories are valid. Hold on to your truth. This phrase is a gaslighter's way of twisting your words and putting the blame on you. They'll say something hurtful or offensive, and when you call them out on it, they'll say, "You misunderstood me. That's not what I meant." They'll try to convince you that you took their words the wrong way, that you're reading too much into it, that you're being overly sensitive. It's a way for them to avoid taking responsibility for their words and actions. The gaslighter might even try to make you feel bad for being upset, saying things like, "I'm sorry you feel that way, but that's not what I meant at all." But remember this: you are not responsible for their words or actions. If you felt hurt or offended by something they said, trust your gut. Gaslighters love to use this phrase to minimize your feelings and make you feel like you're overreacting. They'll say things like, "You're always making a big deal out of nothing," or "You're so dramatic." Calm down. They want you to feel like your emotions are invalid, that you're being too sensitive, that you need to just get over it. It's a way for them to control your reactions and keep you in line. Here's the thing, your emotions are valid. Don't let anyone, especially not a gaslighter, tell you how you should be feeling. If something upsets you, it upsets you. Don't let them shame you for having feelings. You have every right to express yourself, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. This is a particularly insidious tactic that gaslighters use to isolate you and make you doubt yourself even more. They'll say things like, "Everyone's been talking about you behind your back," or "Nobody else thinks that way but you." They might even bring up specific examples, claiming that your friends, family, or co-workers have all noticed the same flaws that they have. This is a way for them to make you feel like you're the problem, that you're the one who's out of touch with reality. This tactic is all about creating an illusion of consensus. The gaslighter wants you to believe that everyone else agrees with them, that you're the odd one out, the one who's wrong. But here's the truth. A gaslighter's opinion is not a reflection of reality. I'm going to say this again because it's just that important. Gaslighters will often repeat the same phrases over and over again, hoping to wear you down and make you doubt yourself. So let me be crystal clear, you are not too sensitive. Your feelings are valid and you have every right to express them. This is a common tactic that gaslighters use to disguise their hurtful words or actions. They'll say something mean or disrespectful, and when you call them out on it, they'll say, "Oh, lighten up, I was just kidding." They might even accuse you of being too sensitive or having no sense of humor. This is a way for them to avoid taking responsibility for their behavior and to make you feel bad for being upset. This tactic is all about masking aggression with humor. The gaslighter wants to make you feel like you're overreacting, that you're the problem, not their behavior. But here's the thing. If it feels hurtful, it's hurtful. This phrase is a classic example of gaslighting because it places the blame squarely on you. The gaslighter wants you to believe that you are responsible for their behavior, that you somehow caused them to act that way. They might say things like, "If you hadn't done that, I wouldn't have gotten so angry," or "It's your fault I'm acting this way." They'll twist the situation around and make you feel like you're the one who needs to change. This tactic is all about shifting responsibility. The gaslighter doesn't want to take ownership of their actions, so they project their guilt and shame onto you. But here's the truth. You are not responsible for someone else's behavior. This one's a real low blow. When a gaslighter tells you you're acting crazy, they're trying to undermine your credibility and make you question your own sanity. They want you to feel like you can't trust your own judgment or perceptions. They might say things like, "Are you sure you're okay? You seem a little off," or "You're not making any sense." This tactic is especially effective because it plays on societal fears and stigmas surrounding mental health. This phrase is a form of generalization that gaslighters use to make you feel like you have a pattern of negative behavior. They'll say things like, "You always overreact," or "You're always starting arguments." They might even bring up past situations to support their claims, even if those situations are completely unrelated or taken out of context. This is a way for them to make you feel like you're the problem, that you're inherently flawed or difficult. This tactic is all about creating a false narrative, but here's the truth. No one is perfect and everyone makes mistakes. Folks, I want you to understand these phrases. They're not just words. They're weapons that gaslighters use to chip away at your self-esteem and make you doubt your own sanity. They want you off balance, confused, questioning everything you know to be true. Why? Because when you're in that state, you're easier to control. But here's the good news. You don't have to let them win. You have the power to break free from their manipulation and reclaim your sense of self. It starts with recognizing the signs. Now that you know these phrases, you'll start to see them for what they are. Red flags, warning signs that you're dealing with someone who's not interested in your well-being, but in their own control. So what do you do if you hear these phrases? First off, trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. Don't let them convince you that you're imagining things or that you're the one with the problem. Know your worth. You deserve to be treated with respect, honesty, and kindness. Don't settle for anything less.